Could the Raiders be eyeing a big trade for offensive talent? Raider Nation, it looks like the Las Vegas Raiders might be exploring some big moves to strengthen their offense. There's been a lot of buzz around young offensive players, and one name that's been circulating is wide receiver Alec Pierce. But before we dive into that, let's talk about some breaking news involving the New England Patriots. This morning, according to Tom Pelissero, the Patriots officially matched the Raiders' offer sheet for linebacker Christian Elliss. That means Elliss is staying in New England. It's disappointing, especially since many fans were excited about seeing him in the silver and black. Adding Elliss would have given the Raiders some much-needed depth at linebacker. Unfortunately, the Patriots swooped in right before the deadline to keep him on their roster. Even though this move didn't work out, the Raiders still have options in free agency and the upcoming NFL draft. The team will have opportunities to fill the gaps on defense and bring in talent where it's needed. Now back to Alec Pierce. Reports suggest that the Raiders may be considering reaching out to the Indianapolis Colts about a potential trade for Pierce. At 24 years old, Pierce has the size, speed, and ability to be a serious deep threat for any offense. With the Raiders currently lacking depth at wide receiver, beyond Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker, bringing in a player like Pierce could be a smart move. Other names have also been floating around in trade rumors, including Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, and Tyler Lockett. And don't forget about the NFL draft. T. McMillan, a standout prospect, has been generating a lot of excitement as well. For now, the wide receiver position remains one of the Raiders' biggest areas of need, and the team will have to make some decisions soon. Whether it's through a trade, free agency, or the draft, Raider Nation can expect some moves to be made to bolster the offense. Stay tuned. We'll see how it all plays out. Could Alec Pierce and Kenneth Walker III be on the Raiders' radar? Let's talk about Alec Pierce first. Coming off his best season yet in 2024, Pierce recorded 37 receptions, 824 yards, and 7 touchdowns. With numbers like that, it might seem odd to think the Colts would trade him. However, their wide receiver room is stacked with talent, including Josh Downs, Michael Pittman Jr., and recent addition Adonai Mitchell. Given that depth, the Colts could be open to offers. If I were the Raiders, knowing the team's need for wide receiver depth, I'd be on the phone with the Colts immediately. A day 3 pick, perhaps a 4th, 5th, or even 2 6th-rounders, might be enough to land Pierce. At that price, it would be a no-brainer. Adding Pierce to a wide receiver group that already includes Jacoby Myers and Trey Tucker would be a significant upgrade. Pairing that trio with a veteran free agent like Tyler Lockett would make the receiving core even stronger, especially after trading away Davante Adams last season. The Raiders could still bolster the group further in the draft, but Pierce would provide an immediate impact. At just 24 years old, with his size and speed, Pierce has the potential to be a dynamic deep threat. So, would Alec Pierce be a good fit for the Raiders? Absolutely. He could bring versatility and explosiveness to the offense, making him a great addition. What do you think, Raider Nation? Should the Raiders pursue Pierce? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Another trade rumor, Kenneth Walker III moving on to another potential trade target, Kenneth Walker III. According to NFL rumors, the Raiders have reportedly inquired about the Seahawks running back. While it's still just a rumor, the source has been accurate on several occasions, so it's worth discussing. Walker is coming off a challenging season, dealing with multiple injuries. He played in only 11 games, rushing for 573 yards and 7 touchdowns on 3.7 yards per carry, all career lows. Despite the struggles, he showed promise as a receiver, catching 46 passes for 299 yards. Walker's performance has declined each year since being drafted in 2022, but a change of scenery could help. Behind a stronger offensive line, Walker might regain his form. While the Raiders' offensive line still needs a bit of work, it's arguably in better shape than Seattle's. Walker has all the tools to be a dominant running back. His rookie season showed glimpses of his potential to be a long-term RB1. However, injuries have hindered his progress, and he hasn't lived up to that promise yet. With the Raiders in desperate need of running back depth, taking a chance on Walker could be a calculated risk that pays off. What are your thoughts, Raider Nation? Should the Raiders consider trading for Kenneth Walker III, or should they explore other options at running back? Let us know in the comments below. Should the Raiders target Kenneth Walker III to strengthen their backfield? The Raiders find themselves in desperate need of a reliable running back. While there's been speculation about prospects like Ashton Jeanty, Cam Scott, and Bamery Hampton in the upcoming draft, the Raiders might take a different approach. It's entirely possible they double dip in the draft, selecting two young running backs on rookie contracts. Even with the recent signing of Raheem Mostert, who will turn 33 in April, the position remains a pressing concern. This is where Kenneth Walker III's name comes into play. Despite his struggles with injuries and declining production, he's still a young back with potential. An article from Bleacher Report's Mo Moten suggested that the Raiders could consider trading a 2025 sixth-round pick for Walker. Moten argued that the Raiders, currently facing one of the league's weakest backfields, could benefit from a proven veteran upgrade. Raheem Mostert may be experienced, but he's nearing the twilight of his career. Sincere McCormick, though promising in limited action last season, is coming off a season-ending ankle injury and remains largely unproven. Adding a player like Walker to this mix could offer a boost of both experience and upside. Walker's production has dipped since his standout rookie season in 2022, and injuries have played a significant role in that decline. However, the Raiders' offensive line could offer him a fresh start and a better opportunity to rediscover his form. If Las Vegas can secure him for something as low as a sixth-round pick, and they do have 3 of those in this year's draft, it's a low-risk, high-reward move. Initially, I wasn't sold on the idea of trading for Walker. His recent injury history and downward trend in performance seemed like red flags. But considering his age, just 24, and the potential upside he brings, a trade could make sense. Walker is a young back with something to prove, and a change of scenery might be exactly what he needs to bounce back. If the Raiders were to add Walker to their running back group, he'd bring a spark of competition and depth that's sorely needed. Raider Nation, what are your thoughts? Should the Raiders take a chance on Kenneth Walker III? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. Should the Raiders consider adding Quinn Ewers to their quarterback depth? As the NFL draft approaches, the Raiders' need for quarterback depth remains a critical topic. According to Albert Breer, Quinn Ewers has been meeting with several teams, including the Raiders, Jets, and Saints. Breer reported that Ewers has already had visits scheduled with the Dallas Cowboys, Indianapolis Colts, and Raiders for early April, making it clear that teams are intrigued by his potential. It's no secret that Las Vegas needs to strengthen its quarterback room. While the idea of drafting a top-tier quarterback like Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, or Will Howard has been floated, the team will ultimately need to find a capable third option to sit behind Geno Smith and Aiden O'Connell. This brings us to Quinn Ewers. Ewers, who played college ball at Texas, is a polarizing prospect. On one hand, he has a strong arm, a quick release, and an impressive throwing motion that screams NFL potential. On the other hand, he's struggled with inconsistencies, questionable decision-making under pressure, and durability issues. These concerns make him a developmental project rather than a plug-and-play solution. The Raiders could draft Ewers and give him time to learn under Geno Smith, refining his skills and addressing his weaknesses. His high upside, combined with the right coaching, could make him a viable starter down the road. If the Raiders haven't selected a quarterback by the 3rd round and Ewers is still available, he might be worth the gamble. As a fan of the Longhorns, I can't help but be intrigued by the possibility of Ewers wearing the silver and black. He has all the tools to succeed in the NFL, but it would take patience and development to bring out his best. Raider Nation, what do you think? Would you like to see the Raiders draft Quinn Ewers, or should they look elsewhere for their quarterback of the future? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay tuned for more updates on the Raiders.